have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Welcome, folks, to the Console Gaming League. Today, I'm joined by Dexatron for No Peel Gaming versus Yuniverse here in the NA Diamond tier. For our Stage 1 playoffs, Dex, how you doing? Twitch chat, how y'all doing?
Man, I am doing good at the moment. Fell down some stairs at work today. My left side is in agony as well, but I'm happy to be here for what should be a great series of Overwatch.
Yeah, it should be really fun to see, especially because we just got a new patch today, right? The meta has shifted a lot with Season 6, heading into, of course, the balance changes, and more importantly, the new hero Iari, who's seen so much play, really demonstrating her strength with her output of damage and healing pylon, able to help support those off angles. Walk us through the new patch today, Dex, and what kind of shifts you might expect to see.
I mean, the biggest one that especially that everyone is talking about at the moment is the changes to Orisa. I mean, you lose a lot of value with that fortify ability right now. Like the cooldown was changed a little bit. You lose that overhealth by 25 from 125 to 100. So, it's going to be interesting to see, how much that Orisa gets played, because I've seen people call it a mega nerf. I've seen people call it like a nerf that kind of kills the character for a little bit here. But at the same time, you're hearing people hype up another character, Zarya, who's got a little bit of a buff here to her bubbles, which is going to be something really interesting to see tonight if we do see those changes implemented into any of these teams' comps, because I feel like we still might see an Orisa come out. But, me and you were talking before, one of these teams is kind of favorable to a poke comp, and I'm not going to be surprised if we see both teams kind of lean towards that.
Yeah, especially here, in the diamond here, I think comfort plays a really strong role. And, if these teams have been scrimming on any particular comp, or, they just find themselves more favorable to those compositions, they'll probably be more inclined to stick with it, because experimenting in an official like this, right, can be very high reward but also high risk. So you probably start off with something a little safer that you're used to, and then if you feel like it's not working out, then you can kind of shift around and see what works for you.
Yeah, absolutely. But while we keep on talking about what we might see from the teams tonight, why don't you introduce us to our first team of the night here of No Peel Gaming?
Yeah, so No Peel Gaming, we look at the compositions here, and if I'm not mistaken, they're the team that prefers, as proclaimed by themselves, these kind of poke compositions. They put their favorite meta as the infamous double shield. So, with the Orisa nerf, obviously, Fortify having an increase of, like, I believe from like 12 and a half to 16 seconds on the cooldown. I'd opt to see, Cotton Baller here on the Sigma, right, as already highlighted as their most played hero. We've got Athrobro, returns, Nico, I believe it is, and Real Body as well, rounding up the lineup. So again, expecting to see kind of Iari compositions centered around the Sigma based on what we know about these players.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be really interesting to see, if we do see that poke comp come from them. They did mention, like you said, favorite comp was double shield, but right now, they're kind of running with this poke comp, and you hit it right there. You really do expect to see that Sigma come out there from Cotton Baller. I believe I've casted Cotton Baller in another league before, and I know they are a good tank here. But why don't we introduce you to their opponents here tonight of Yuniverse at the moment. So Yuniverse, their DPS line is Kigo and Yashi. Tank is Insane, and their support line is Plague and CNC Dom here. Just a really interesting fact, these two teams actually met each other once already in the regular season. It was No Peel Gaming who came out on top of that one. Currently, No Peel Gaming 4-0 on the season, but they have dropped 2 maps. One of them was to Yuniverse, and ever since Yuniverse lost that matchup to No Peel Gaming, they haven't lost a map yet. So they're kind of rolling in here on a high note.
Yeah, heading into this meta shift, I mean, momentum is everything, but so is adaptability, right? With all this shifting, I'd be interested to see, if they're able to carry their previous success. It is a single elimination bracket here for the mid-season tournament, where you are fighting for postseason implications. So, curious to see what happens on our first map of Oasis.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing here, Insane is showing the Junker Queen. Junker Queen was actually another character that received a small buff. The throwing knife accuracy, or the throwing knife damage, was increased by 15 from 50 to 65. Nothing else really changed about the character, but they want to reward people for hitting those knives just a little bit more with that.
Yeah, they've also marked, their favorite composition as a kind of rush composition. So expecting to see, like you mentioned, the Junker Queen, the Lucio, obviously that we're being shown here from CNC, Dom, or Ari, Kigo, and Yoshi on those kind of dive DPS to join in on that rush. So interested to see the clash of the two styles potentially. The three submaps of Oasis, bit of RNG, right? University, Gardens, City Center. Do you think any place favors any compositions in particular?
I don't know. It's always kind of hard with control maps because 3 different points, you can kind of run any kind of comp out on them. So my feeling is no matter what, you will see each team kind of come out on their preferred comp on the first map. And then how that goes there, you might start to see a little bit of changes. But in my opinion, like we go to City Center, I feel like that is a really good poke map, especially with the high grounds. They're also a really good dive map because of those high grounds. Same could be said for, I believe it's not University, it's the other one. I'm forgetting the name of it. But pretty good with dive comps there because of the high ground that is in the center of that point. But, like I said, I feel like each team's going to kind of run out on what they feel most comfortable with here on control. Once we start getting into some of the other maps, I feel like we'll start getting more specific comps.
Yeah, especially given that, we have a predetermined first map of Oasis for control, but after that, right, and it's losers pick first to 3. So teams should definitely be thinking about where they want to bring us and, not only how that works with their strengths, but how that works with the enemy's weaknesses, right? Seeing a question in Twitch chat here. We are playing on PC here in the console gaming league. We've got both PC and console divisions, multi-tier, from Diamond all the way to the highest level. I mean, the other day I got to cast a game with Zebra and some contenders players, so really high level stuff here.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see what you'll get at CGL. Even though it's console gaming league, there is a PC part of it as well. But, just looking again at this matchup here, Yuniverse, No Peel Gaming, like I said, met once already this season. No Peel Gaming came out on top. Only one of their 2 maps they dropped all season came against Yuniverse. Yuniverse, however, since losing to No Peel Gaming, has not dropped a map. So, like I mentioned, they're kind of riding in a hot streak here. Do you feel like Yuniverse has or will be able to learn anything from that last matchup and try to bring it back into this one?
I think it's players who are able to study their previous opponents, right, and really go through that in VODs and craft that have a really strong advantage. I had the experience of playing on LAN and getting rolled, not getting rolled per se, but having a tough time on a map, doing a VOD review in the middle of LAN, and then absolutely stomping the next time we played. So, Overwatch is a messy game. There's a lot of moving parts to it. This diverse set of heroes with different roles and counter swapping, not something you find in pretty much any other esports title. It's your job as a player to make sense of the chaos, and that's where adaptability and problem solving really comes into play here.
Absolutely. And we look back at this game that they played was about 2-3 weeks ago, so a lot has changed since then. Either Illari was just coming out or just allowed to be played in CGL, so we might be in a matchup that did not have an Illari or did not see Illari used a lot, because I know a lot of teams that first week were very cautious to jump on the Illari bandwagon, but once they kind of realized how much damage she can do, it kind of changed that pretty fast. So we might be seeing a kind of different matchup here, especially with the patch that we got today. One that was kind of unexpected. We were all kind of thinking maybe next Tuesday we'll get this one, but they dropped it to us on a Thursday, which is kind of weird, but it does provide us with a very interesting take on this game here tonight.
Yeah, obviously Orisa being the kind of dominant tank with those Yari compositions being heavily nerfed, and her kind of best counter pick in Zarya being buffed. I'm curious to see if we see a return of this kind of like Zarya brawl, where she enables, a Reaper, a Genji, possibly a Mei, who's also been buffed in this patch. And it's kind of all about the team play between the Zarya and their DPS, right? Are you able to execute your timing perfectly so you can get the maximum value out of your bubbles and really enable your DPS to wreak havoc into the enemy lines, right?
Yeah, and also, if we see a Zarya, we might see a little bit of a resurgence of Diva come back, Sigma start to get played a little bit more. Just heroes that can cancel out that grab from Zarya. You might see him start getting played a little bit more just to try to counter that Zarya right back. So we might be seeing a whole bunch of new comps kind of come in. Like I said, resurgence of Diva, the better usage of, or more usage of, a Sigma as well. But still, I feel like there's a chance that we could still see teams revert to that dive comp that was strong about a month ago before Illari and the Orisa buffs were kind of introduced to us.
Mm-hmm. In terms of these dive comps, right, we were in quite a long Sombra Tracer Monkey meta. But this dev said, all right, enough of that. They kind of tanked Sombra, hit her with really big nerfs, especially to EMP charge, which is such a strong win condition. So have not seen her really in any level of play here. So what do you prefer as a kind of substitute for the Sombra here? Do you like the Genji, who, many players like to complain still feels cosmetic ever since his ammo and damage nerfs? Do you like Echo? Do you like the Tracer hit scan? What kind of looks? And as well as, do you prefer the Monkey or the Diva, who now synergizes a lot better with the Iari being a little shorter range, pokier, able to get in and out on a much quicker cycle than the Monkey?
I mean, first with DPS, I feel like dropping the Sombra, you're picking up the Echo, maybe even a Soldier or a Soldier. We have seen those a lot at different levels, and I've seen them a lot in different leagues be coming out. If they're still going to try to run that dive, Ana still need to be there if you're going to try to run the Genji. A non-nanoless Blade is a little bit still not a good kind of use of that ultimate there, but you have seen people get success with it. But if you're going to run dive, I feel like you said, Diva is at a really good spot right now, and we could see that a little bit more other than the Winston. But the Winston still has the giant bubble shield, which is probably, one of his more, useful abilities right now, especially with how big that is and how much value you can get out of it. But other than that, I don't I'm thinking that we might see a dive. I don't necessarily expect to see it because of how much the main dive tank has really been kind of pushed out of the meta. Diva's still there. Winston is still there as well, but I just don't think we'll see it a lot tonight. And if we do, it might be something a little bit drastic, or maybe something that the team's saying, okay, we need to go back to this right now, just try to reset on something and then come back out and maybe with a different comp next map, or see if the dive does work for them.
Yeah, we will have to find out after a short little break, because we're just waiting on some players to get a couple things set up. But stick with us. We'll be right back with No Peel versus Yuniverse. Thanks, folks, for your patience as we just got back from that short break. All the hand cams for players and whatnot has been set up, so we'll be heading straight into Oasis for our first map here of Control.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit before the break, before that little break there, what comps we expect to see to run. Like I said, I expect to see both teams kind of come out with what they're most comfortable with here. But No Peel Gaming coming out with the Junk Green comp at the moment. Yuniverse, though, even with the Orisa nerfs that happened today, still going to ride that comp out right now. The only weird thing there is CNC coming out with the Lucio. Looks like they want to try to get the point fast, even though they do have that Symmetra teleported, get them down to around the point. They have a lot of speed to get to point. Okay, now they do.
Just as you say that, the classic caster cursed real body on the Lucio here. So kind of a clash of two brawl comps, right? With the Lucio, one comp of No Peel Gaming, who's rotating up to the high ground, wants to go real fast, but you can't go fast if you get absolutely deleted by the artillery tactical grenade from Yoshi here. No Peel Gaming now looking to make their in based off of that pick. Yuniverse has dropped a point and is set up nice and bunkered all there. Knife onto Yoshi, doesn't quite find too much success. So first flip for Yuniverse. No Peel Gaming, a little concerned about pushing into this Orisa and Bastion, who can kind of delete your Junker Queen, even despite getting the pick. But they catch out Kigo, a beautiful knife from Cotton Baller. Bullied themselves by the Javelin spin from Insane here. Yoshi with the Bastion does so much damage, absolutely melts No Peel Gaming here. So Yuniverse able to hold.
Yeah, especially with the Yoshi picking up real body right there. I mean, it all started with that early pick onto Hathro. I mean, you saw them swap over from that Cassie to the Hanzo right here. You want to get a little bit more burst damage out, especially with the Sonic Arrow ability. You want to just get as much damage out as they possibly can. Now Yuniverse already almost up to 40% here, and you're seeing them just push back No Peel Gaming here, and you're seeing No Peel Gaming also swap to an Orisa comp of their own, but it's just Cannonballer and Nico here are just swapping. But look at that. Just another team kill coming out here from Yuniverse. No Peel Gaming has to figure it out fast, and you're seeing them swap over to now a Sigma comp. Three lives, three different tanks here for a Cannonballer.
Yeah, that was a completely dry fight from Yuniverse. No ultimates used whatsoever. Now they're going to be coming up on 4 of them. No Peel Gaming's economy not too great with all the swaps. You see the amplification matrix come out, forces No Peel Gaming to kite back and respect the window. Cooldowns forced as well, so we'll see what happens next. As we see, No Peel Gaming kind of push in. They do lose their Bastion, but trade out the Soldier and Baptiste. Cotton Baller, kind of just desperately trying to make something happen, but we're in last fight territory. If No Peel Gaming can even touch, and with a stagger onto Hathrobo, it's looking super rough if you're a No Peel Gaming fan.
Yeah, Yuniverse has came out this first point and played it to perfection. No Peel Gaming, like you said, has really struggled, as you do see the Dragons come out here from Kigo, but we're not even getting a touch from No Peel Gaming, and it kind of just shows you everything that this first round was about, or this first sub-map. Yuniverse found that first pick early, and No Peel did not want to contest them on the point down a man, and it just kind of snowballed into, hey, when they went down on point, they really got nothing, and they died pretty fast. You seeing a lot of swaps come out from them really fast, and that allowed them to basically not build up any ultimates. And hell, I believe the only ultimates we saw come out in that entire first round was that amplification matrix from Plague, and at the end there, Kigo's Dragons. Other than that, we saw nothing come out from anyone else. So that kind of tells you how fast that first round was.
Yeah, we're seeing a bit of a different look from Yuniverse here. Okay, they've swapped over to Brig Ana, so the traditional dive composition, even with the nerf Sombra, but spearheaded by the Orisa. Insane on the battle cattle here, as we see a hack onto Hathrobo, manages to escape here. No Peel Gaming, on the other hand, opting for a ball, in the name of Cotton Baller composition, backed up by Nico on that Baptiste, as well as the Kiriko. Kigo, though, just instantly gets rid of Taint, and that's going to be Hathrobo falling as well, spun off the map. A nice spear onto real body as well, doing wonders on this Orisa here.
Yeah, so far, No Peel Gaming has really not had a response for anything Yuniverse has showed them here. And even with Yuniverse swapping over their entire support line and Kigo going to the Sombra here, still No Peel struggling to find anything here. They need to try to find one pick, in my opinion, to get everything going. Shutting down Insane or shutting down Kigo might be the two you're trying to get out of here early, because that allows you to have so much more freedom around the point.
Yeah, we'll see the Orisa drop onto point here. Insane, though, still kept nice and healthy by the sports on the high lane. Cotton Baller finds Kigo, of all people. Usually you think that Sombra counters Ball. It seems like it's the other way around today. Insane falling a little low, but able to sustain with a nice spear onto returns here. Terra Surge up and coming, might be required with half Robro. Just taking out both supports. A nice stick from Yoshi, but has to take out the Immortality Field before they can get the Baptiste. Point flip is in order for No Peel Gaming, so probably a disengage here from Yuniverse, even though they find the exit kill onto half Robo.
Yoshi trying to escape right now, as well as you see Comballer being very aggressive, but you can kind of get away with that on Ball, especially with your maneuverability and going into the Ball form to roll yourself out there. But now you see Yuniverse swapping over here to essentially a dive comp. You want to see Insane here dive onto that backline of Nico or Real Body right there, maybe even on to Returns or Hothro. Just try to find anyone out here, but you do get the sleep onto Comballer early, and it is Real finding, or Kigo finding Real early.
Kigo finds a Real Body, but, you know, unsupported for the help to find anybody more, so they get picked off. The Nano Boost does go out on the Winston, but doesn't claim too much either. Finally picks off the Baptiste, so looking like this should be a flip for Yuniverse, especially once they're able to clean up Cotton Baller rolling around.
Yeah, but you have to give No Peel a lot of credit there. 54% after not getting completely shut out on the first point, but they only invested the minefields that fight. You're still coming in with a Dragon, a Visor, a Kitsune Rush, and an Amp Matrix. Yuniverse is coming up on some ultimates as well, but you're able to find Kigo out early, so you do not have a Blade ready to go this fight. And if you're No Peel Gaming, you want to play fast, especially with the Dragons coming up onto that high ground.
Dragons just perfectly catch Plague, nowhere to run. The Black Death is over, so we see Returns off to pick up the Monkey from Insane. So a very quick flip, very cheap fight, just the Dragons from Hath Robro here. No Peel Gaming possibly looking to engage with either a Window Visor or a Kitsune Visor.
Yeah, and like I said, No Peel Gaming only using one ultimate there is huge, because now you have 3 ultimates right now as Yuniverse comes up on 3 of their own. Again, Kigo has that Blade ready to go here. Insane and CDM do have their ultimates as well, so you're going to see a lot of ultimates come out here from Yuniverse that are just going to be able to sustain as you see Yoshi get everything started here.
Kitsune Visor just absolutely melts Kigo. They are down their Baptiste, but holding on to the point so far, able to absorb the dive from the Primal Monkey. Now Argy pops the rally on the Brigitte here, and a beautiful anti-nade onto Returns, secures the kill. Real Body and Hath Robo all as well, so despite it being in last fight territory for No Peel Gaming, Yuniverse are able to flip here.
Yeah, and honestly, though, No Peel Gaming doing a good job keeping this alive. Kigo somehow running into a mine. See, guys? Yuniverse?
I believe that might have been a slight caster curse, as, you know, we see trades back and forth. The proximity mines from Cotton Baller managed to pick off 2. They fall themselves, so, you know, a bit of a scare, but potentially looking like Yuniverse should be able to clean this up. They have the Blade to secure the kill if required, but I think really it's just been Yoshi on this Tracer doing a lot of work. And we see Nano onto Yoshi. Perhaps miscommunication or, you know, misclick of the button, per se.
It has to be, especially with Kigo having that Blade ready to go. You want to see the Nano Blade come out here, because it can do so much in the backline here. Now, Real Body in a really bad spot, but they're able to dash out there. Now here comes the Blade, and they find one target already.
Yeah, the Dry Blade catches Returns, looking for a little more. They finally catch the Baptiste after being booped around a bit by the ball. They have to contend with this window, which does catch Insane and Kigo here. So it's the Tracer and supports dueling against this Monkey and the Moira. The tracking, though, from Yoshi is able to perfectly clean up Real Body, especially with assist from Plague. A little supportal combat, if you will. Respawns coming in on both sides, so this is really anybody's game. Cotton Baller, though, has another proximity mines and is able to roll over Yoshi. If we're able to see any proximity mines like we were from before, it could be No Peel Gaming. As I say that, Plague picks up another. Taint returns, trades out Kigo. It is so back and forth. I have no idea where this is going. We're watching the Primal Rage onto returns here, who's popping the tactical visor, trying to deal with the supports on the high ground. Zoned out and Goomba stomped by Insane here, who's able to live. Yoshi, though, trades out real body and walks into the proximity mines. The sleep dart onto the ball, but they have to touch the point, and No Peel Gaming in such a long final fight with so much back and forth, putting both teams neck and neck, bring us to 1-1 on Oasis.
Yeah, and honestly, whoever stepped off point first there, if it was going to be No Peel Gaming, that overtime counter was just going to go down instantly. They were able to force Yuniverse off the point long enough there to get the swap over, and then like you saw right there, it basically only lasted about a second, and no one was there. You got to give a lot of credit to Cannonballer's minefields coming out on that high ground, forcing both supports and that Tracer of Yoshi to fall off that high ground. Tracer, though, or Yoshi, actually died to that minefield, and you saw everyone else for them coming back, not able to get back in time there. But now you're seeing some swaps come out here. Yuniverse going back over to the Orisa comp, and for this point right here, it is a very good comp. If you can get set up on point with Orisa, it's going to be very hard to take back. No Peel, though, going back to what we kind of saw them run on the first point. Remember, Hothro got taken out early, and it kind of went all downhill from there.
Returns taken out early in this case. So No Peel Gaming once again on the back foot. A nice spear gets rid of Hathorobro as well, looking for the cleanup onto this Moira. Seems like they won't be able to find any staggers other than this Junker Queen, but like you mentioned, this comp, extremely difficult to dislodge from the high ground if that's where they so opt to play. You know, really strong poke. The Orisa able to deny the Junker Queen with the spear and spin, so you'll see Cotton Baller swap over to the Sigma. Not quite too sure what Real Body on the Brigida accomplishes here. No real dive targets to peel against, but, you know, maybe fitting for the name, No Peel Gaming.
I think it's just the thing of they didn't die, so they just kind of stayed out there and stuck with the Brigida. We might see a swap, but you just immediately see just the problem with having that high ground that Yuniverse has. You do see them find Kigo, but you do lose Nico.
Yeah, Yoshi doing so much work on this Bastion, instantly picks up to their counterpart as well as the Brigida here. Already 85% to that ultimate and counting. Point taking up as well, and that's a really late stagger onto Hathorobro. And looks like they'll be able to catch Cotton Baller too.
Yeah, and this is something that happened in the first fight here. Cotton Baller was left out a little bit too far, kind of pushed ahead, and they were taken out very late in that team fight that was the first point cap for Yuniverse here. And now again, they're being kind of staggered out again, and again, this is just reminding me of the first sub map here on Oasis. You know, it almost started the exact same. Yuniverse found an early kill onto a DPS for No Peel Gaming. No Peel Gaming immediately goes and makes a lot of swaps. This time, though, we're actually seeing them, you know, make one swap and basically stick to that one here. But right now, you're coming up on Final Fight territory, especially if this is a long, drawn-out fight, as you see the artillery strike come in.
Yeah, we see the Bastion artillery. Doesn't look like it quite connects with anybody. Really looking for Hathorobro to have a big dragon clear people off the high ground. Flux catches a few people, but with the help of the amplification matrix, it just blows up all of Yuniverse. So quite an expensive fight for No Peel Gaming here, right? You use the amplification, or sorry, you use the gravitic flux here, as well as potentially, I want to say a DPS ult. I'm not sure if returns just swapped here. Forgive my memory, but finally able to stabilize and grab some breathing room.
But if you're No Peel Gaming, you had to use in that situation. It was final fight. If you lose it, the map's over. You go down 1-0 here. But you're seeing Yuniverse come back in. They're about to have 3 ultimates ready to go. And all that No Peel has is a dragon. So the dragons has to be huge. If they can build up a nano pretty fast, that could help them out as well. But now you just want to see them try to hold Yuniverse into here. But with all the pressure that the Orisa can provide or just support onto Yuniverse, you're seeing them fall back already.
Dragons beautifully catches, you know, Yuniverse on their attack, but Insane with the Terra Surge catches too. Kigo got another with this overclock, looking for Cotton Baller. I'm not quite sure if we're seeing a 2v1 here, I believe. Cotton Baller unable to live, you know, no supports. Meanwhile, you've got the backline duo of Plague and CNC Dom. Now they have to contend with the respawns, though, and look like they want to just give it up and reset.
Yeah, it was 2v1 there, the two supports for Yuniverse versus Cannonball there. Yeah, you did see Cannonball fall, but he stayed alive long enough for No Peel to get back. Now it's just this kind of stagger fight while you're waiting for Cannonballer to get back. You know, finding an early pick while you wait for your tank would be huge here, but Yuniverse still has some ultimates, but they find a huge pick onto Insane.
Shows you the power of the Discord Orb. Insane, unable to sustain on the point, you know, being looked down the crosshairs of a couple DPS, so potentially roping into last fight territory here for the teams. Cotton Baller has that Gravitic Flux, but CNC Dom has the beat to respond with. Hopefully no Ajaxes in this match. No Peel Gaming, though, they've got the Pulse Bomb and potentially Tactical Visor to work with as well. We'll see how Yuniverse approach this.
Pulse Bomb's gonna come out here first. Will not stick on to anyone, but still, I'm waiting maybe for this Flux here from Cotton Baller.
Yeah, it's all about the Flux, and that's a really early beat from CNC Dom. The Flux and Tactical Visor out from No Peel Gaming. Yoshi falling extremely low and being run over by the Soldier 76. Insane trying to make something happen, but no hero plays to be found. It's Yuniverse off the back of a bit of a misplay, I want to say, with that beat, taking their first map of Oasis here.
No Peel Gaming, you mean there, but you have to give No Peel Gaming a lot of credit. They came into a fight where it was essentially last team fight for them. 4 ultimates in hand, used 3 of them, were able to win the fight and kind of hold on to the point there forever. A huge shout out there to Baller. Yeah, they had that 2v1 against the supports, but they played it perfectly and were just waiting for their team to come back. Yeah, they ended up dying, but they played it perfectly. They got 2 or 3 members of their team come back, held on to that point, and they found Insane there at the end to make sure that they were down, that Yuniverse was down their tank, and their tank was on the way back, which was a huge kind of turning point there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I also want to highlight the Zenyatta swap that we saw for No Peel Gaming. You know, the Discord Orb, if you've ever played tank, you know, makes your life absolutely miserable, effectively removes like 25% of your HP. Hundreds essentially if you are a tank, and was just kind of going uncontested, right? Playing in really smart positions, playing the safe distance where you can just kind of get that poke out. So very good problem solving here from No Peel Gaming, and allows them to secure the first map. As for Yuniverse, you know, it is first to 3, so not Jover quite yet, not at match point. They will be taking us to King's Row for our hybrid map, you know, losers pick format, of course. What do you want to see from these teams on our beloved classic King's Row, Dex?
I mean, you hear King's Row, you immediately think Brawl, but we've started to see that kind of change here in the last couple of seasons of Overwatch 2. You can start to see a little bit of a rush comp, you can start to see a little bit of a dive comp. Ball, I feel like, has been getting a lot more play here on this first point than I've seen it ever get played in the past. And that could be really good, especially if the other team is not prepared for it. But right now, still, Orisa being as strong as she is, even with the nerf, she is still in a good spot, I feel like, and we have kind of saw that throughout the first map there of Oasis. I feel like we're going to see Yuniverse here pick that Orisa comp again. Worked out really well for them almost both times that they brought it out, or almost, yeah, it looked really good for them the entirety first map of Oasis. But for No Peel Gaming, I mean, they played that Jungle Queen comp a little bit, found kind of on and off success with it, never really found it. That poke comp, though, that kind of worked out really well for them. Maybe we see that come out here for them.
Curious to see if we see any Zarya, despite the move away from Brawl, to dive onto King's Row in Overwatch 2. Looks like No Peel Gaming will be opting for the Sigma variation of the kind of previously meta double flex Bapiari composition. Have the Hanzo and Soldier as well, both very strong DPS currently, especially here on King's Row, right? You have the legs and the wall climb to reposition quickly, take over those high grounds. The Soldier, of course, able to be self-sufficient on the off angle with the healing pad. Yuniverse, on the other hand, looking for a bit of an older look. You know, Ramatra Brawl was super meta around the time of World Cup. But, you know, with the changes to how armor and damage reduction stacks, I'm curious to see how this plays out, if they're able to make their way onto No Peel Gaming before being poked out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like this kind of comp that Yuniverse is playing here is going to come all down to Yoshi and Kigo. Just how much damage they can absolutely put out, because really it's all up to Plague, in my opinion, to be healing them. Yeah, CNC is there to do whatever they can as well, but the Lucio not necessarily known for healing, more known for getting people in and out of fights.
Yeah, we see Insane try to engage onto No Peel Gaming here, but it's actually Plague that picks up returns here in the back. So No Peel Gaming forced to kind of back off here. Cotton Baller doesn't really want to give up the space, but I think that's a bit of an expensive mistake, as that allows Yuniverse to just kind of roll over your squishies here. So a very quick first capture point here for Yuniverse.
Yeah, it all came down to the pressure that Insane was applying to not only Cotton Baller, but everyone else on No Peel Gaming there. Again, Hothro fell early in that fight, making it a 4v5, and you saw everyone for No Peel that was not the tank just kind of back up into arches, and it did not really work for them there, because Insane was putting on so much pressure that by the time that Cotton Baller was trying to get back out there to contest the point, already 2 ticks were given up, and they were doing a good enough job just basically body blocking Cotton Baller from getting back to the point.
Yeah, heading into our next fight here on the Streets phase, we will have the Gravitic Flux available for Cotton Baller. The window does come out from Plague, and, you know, with no kinetic collapse, Cotton Baller is sent back to the respawn room. Yoshi finds another to half Robro. Does get traded out by returns here, so the Bastion falling might mean that they can't push these staggers who are just deciding to run away here.
I mean, you might see the push kind of comes, or them trying to, you know, be very aggressive, slow down a little bit, but as long as Insane is still alive on that Ramatra, especially with them about to get Annihilation right here, I feel like they're still going to be very aggressive here. Combar does have the Flux ready to go, so it could kind of cancel out that Annihilation when we do see Insane pop it, but right now, they're fighting Insane out first is huge for them.
Yeah, you know, you can't pop the Annihilation if you're dead. The only person suffering is you. No Peel Gaming, only with the window, are able to hold here on Streets phase, which is much needed given the 4-minute time bank that Yuniverse still have.
Yeah, and now you see No Peel here. Want to try to maybe play up a little bit, try to, you know, force a couple fights here at Arches, and Nico able to find Kigo out early is huge, because look at what that does in Yuniverse. Yeah, they have 3 ultimates at their disposal right now, but they really don't want to go in to this another engagement without their soldier, who does have overclock ready to go here. But again, there's a couple ultimates that could easily be canceled out here for Yuniverse by a Flux, but you're immediately seeing the artillery strike come out.
See if we're able to catch this Zenyatta here. Unfortunately, the Immortality Field, I guess, not there to save. Ultimates on both sides, as we see the Visor and Flux popped in the beat in response to that. Looking like Yuniverse are pretty healthy now. Just as I say that, you know, we do see Kigo fall. The Annihilation, though, popped from Insane, who's barely able to make it out alive. Catches Real Body and half Robo. So, should be a push here for Yuniverse, looking to cap C.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised I did not see that Annihilation come out sooner. You saw Nico die there, so that means that they didn't have the Transcendence ready before, but there was no Transcendence ready for a while, since Nico would take a while to get back on that Zenyatta. But they waited for a good time, waited for everyone on No Peel Gaming to be right up in their face, found 2 kills with it, and basically forced them all to go back to spawn here. Already capping point B right now. It's over 4 minutes on the time bank, and they still are holding on to 2 ultimates, using 1 here. This is a really good setup right now for Yuniverse.
Yeah, they're popping the window, and they force the Transcendence out from Nico here, so if Insane is able to build up another Annihilation quick enough, it's going to be rough if you're No Peel Gaming. They have the Amplification Matrix to pick off Plague. Insane 1 HP as well. So, No Peel Gaming finally able to stabilize on the C point. A nice little stagger onto Kigo as well.
And hey, even better stagger there onto Yoshi, who again has been putting up a lot of damage on this Bastion, already close to another artillery strike. And now again, you're seeing No Peel Gaming here be a little bit aggressive, and at this point you're just trying to see them get as much time off this time bank as you possibly can. And now they're starting to smartly fall back, because they have no ultimates ready at the moment, while Yuniverse, close to another artillery strike, like I said, still does have the overclock from Kigo here, so you're waiting for that to kind of pop off here.
Cotton Baller a little far forward, has the kinetic grasp to keep them healthy, but now has no resources, so has to pop the Flux. catches the Bastion onto Yoshi, who has nobody to support them. Insane and Play gone as well. And I think it really shows you the power of the Sigma, right? Just able to dump out so much spam damage, a little, I think, stronger than the Orisa, especially against the Brawl compositions where they're all clumped up and can take the splash, and you're just able to build the Flex so incredibly fast.
Yeah, they use that one last fight here, and you already see them already almost up to over 25% of the way to another one here. Now here comes the Artillery Strike from Yoshi, and you're going to see it here and try to get as much damage as you can. Only going to be able to find the Immortality Field right now as the Overclock finally comes out, but returns able to shut it down.
Yeah, they're able to pick up a couple of people, though. The Visor comes out, responded to with the beat, so Yuniverse really looking to push this card in and cap. You know, if they have a 2-minute time bank, that'd be really good for them. They've got the Annihilation to work with and are catching a lot of stragglers here from No Peel Gaming.
Yeah, this is not what No Peel Gaming wants to see right now, and especially with them getting so close. Insane, though, does have this Annihilation ready to go, but there's not going to be any contest coming out from them here. The Bob a little bit too late there for Hothro. And like I said, that Annihilation from Insane probably done the job there, but No Peel Gaming wants to get out there to try to get as much time off that time bank as you can. But 207, very healthy time bank for Yuniverse here. No Peel Gaming has to match that, in my opinion, because Yuniverse looked incredible through the first 2 points on King's Row here. The third point, No Peel Gaming finally started to get their footing on defense a little bit. The Sigma kind of came in a little bit better than what we saw on the first 2 points. Yuniverse, though, I mean, that Ramatra, I had not talked about Ramatra all night. Still is a good tank, and Insane showed why.
Yeah, you know, especially in the tighter confines of Point A and the Streets phase here, you know, the Sigma a little stronger in the Foundry where they've got these longer sight lines. You know, No Peel Gaming, I think they recognize that, and they swap over potentially to the Orisa is what we're hovering in spawn here. Yuniverse, you know, kind of going if it ain't broke, don't fix it, although we do see Kigo on the Genji, interestingly.
Yeah, we did see Kiko play Genji a little bit on Oasis. I don't think they really ever found a lot of value on it. They did get 2 with the Dragon Blade. It was probably about the most we saw them do with it. But again, you know, they're probably expecting Hothro to come out here with a Hanzo, with a character like they're coming out with an Ashe, and especially one that can deflect a lot of damage. Get in that backline, try to annoy Nico and Real Body here. Just do whatever they can to get them off their game here.
Yeah, we'll see what rotation No Peel Gaming opt to pick here. Looks like they just kind of want to play the left side of Statue. Hath Robo doing a lot of poke onto this Bastion. You see the Genji from Kigo in here manages to escape. Immortality Field is forced out, and Kigo does finally fall. So, very nice first pick for No Peel Gaming. Should allow them to start pushing onto point here.
Yeah, especially because, like I said, Kigo has to get in that backline, so they're going to be around basically everyone from No Peel Gaming. So they have to be very smart when they do that. Fail there, and now with Insane going down, you're going to see Yuniverse here try to back up so they can try to hold arches right now. But Conballer going to try to, you know, push them back a little bit here.
Yeah, we'll see if any potential recontest comes in, although with that pick onto Kigo from Hathrogo, who's been doing so much on this Ashe, it's not looking too great if you're a Yuniverse here. So, should be a point A capture for No Peel Gaming, who basically matched the time from Yuniverse on their attack with 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, maybe a little bit slightly slower, but it was one team fight and done, same as it was for Yuniverse here. But now again, you're seeing No Peel Gaming try to get very aggressive like Yuniverse did, but they're going to get shut down as they find Khan and a Real Body out. Now that will allow Yuniverse to potentially come back here and try to hold arches, especially with everyone on No Peel falling back. But you immediately see them come to arches right now, and they are all there. And you're going to have to try to find someone out here, but you got to give Hothro a lot of credit here. A 4-man Dynamite, they've been able to get a lot of value out of their Dynamite so far. They do have a Bob ready to go, but here comes Terra Surge.
Terra Surge just barely able to live through the Bastion with the Immortality Field, and it's really the Tactical Visor from Returns that picks up 3. So, quite an expensive fight. I mean, from No Peel Gaming, you commit at the Amplification Matrix as well? That's 4 ultimates from No Peel Gaming, and none from Yuniverse. So, they've got an entire war chest of 5 ultimates. I hope they don't commit the same mistake, because otherwise they're probably looking to stop No Peel Gaming here on Streets phase.
Yeah, I don't understand why you commit the Amp Matrix there if you're no Peel Gaming. It was only the Mei and the Ramatra there. You just have to wait for Mei to get out of Ice Block, which you saw them use, and Ramatra to get out of the Nemesis form, and then basically you could shut them down, but they wanted to invest that early, and now you're going to see Yuniverse here come in with 5 ultimates, starting with the Blizzard.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Blizzard catch a couple people to beat there just as a bit of an insurance policy against the Bob from Half Rodro. So looking like we might catch out a couple staggers as well. You know, Cotton Baller and Real Body forced all the way to the back of Streets Face. So Yuniverse, you know, they have the ultimate advantage. Nice little Blizzard there from Kigo, able to hold here on B and take the time down.
Yeah, and again, like, Yuniverse will pretty much have the ultimate advantage throughout the rest of this map right now, because No Peel Gaming has to find an early pick-off onto anyone for Yuniverse if they want to have a shot at any of these fights coming up here. Conball, though, can get a Terror Surge pretty fast, but they get taken out early, and now that's going to force No Peel Gaming to fall back, wasting about another 20-30 seconds here. And when you start looking at the time banks, it's not in their favor here at the moment. But still, Yuniverse holding on to 2 ultimates. They did invest the Amplification Matrix there from Plague in that last engagement, which only lasted literally 2 seconds. But now, No Peel Gaming coming back. Like I said, the Terror Surge, you're close to a Visor. You need to find a lot of value out of those if you get them and use them in this next fight.
Gonna see the Bastion Artillery force out the Immortality Field, which is going to be a really good setup for Insane to go in with this Annihilation. No Beat able to respond from Real Body quite yet. We're gonna see it popped as Kigo falls, so Insane forced to back off a bit, doesn't have that Mei to kind of section people off with the wall. Annihilation runs out, so it's gonna be Cotton Baller actually with the Terror Surge, looking to make moves. Goes out pretty fast, so you have to respect the Bastion. Meanwhile, though, returns with this Tactical Visor, picks off Insane, Plague falling as well. So finally, it looks like No Peel Gaming are gonna be able to cap the Streets phase here.
And like I said, that Terror Surge, the Visor, needed to be huge there. Insane actually never used that Annihilation there. They could have popped it at any moment there, and I felt like they might have turned the tide of that battle, or that fight really, before it got started there. But 3:20 on the clock right now. Unless No Peel Gaming is all gas, no brakes here on the cart, there's no way they're beating Time Bank for Yuniverse here, but they are coming up on 3 ultimates. Yuniverse about to have 4, and they're starting with the Annihilation.
Yeah, the Annihilation, though, responded instantly by both support ultimates. You have to respect the Amplification Matrix here. So, I mean, all things said and done, a 2-for-1 trade. Can't be too upset if you're Yuniverse. You have this Blizzard to work with as well. Doesn't seem like it caught anybody, and instead it's going to be, you know, kind of neutral trades here back and forth. Seems like Yuniverse might be able to stabilize, although with the Bob running in and running over Insane, not looking too great despite the boop from CNC Dom.
Bob coming in and the Bob going out there as their CNC able to get rid of them. But now, I mean, that was a fight where I was thinking No Peel need to fall back. Yeah, it was even, but you want to fall back, wait for those DPS to come back. But they invest the Bob, and it actually works out really well for them now. And you see Conball come here on another Terror Surge, and you're seeing Yuniverse here use their final 2 ultimates. So this could be a really deadly fight, but Yuniverse able to find 1 pick there to get everything started. Now you're starting to see it go all their way.
Yeah, Kigo on the Genji finds 3 kills in this map. I'm not sure about this Terror Surge from Cotton Baller. I think that gives Kigo a 4th as well. If you're No Peel Gaming, you know, you're down on time. You still have a couple of minutes, so, you know, it's not quite Jover yet. You don't have to worry about fighting for a draw. But your ultimate economy, you know, it's kind of pretty neutral on both sides. We could see returns get another Tactical Visor very soon, though.
Yeah, but again, though, it's No Peel investing in ultimate that they really did not need to invest there with Conballer and using that Terror Surge. You have it for this fight. There's nothing that can really stop it out there, especially with Insane finding Nico out here early. But you do find Yoshi on a trade, but then you lose your tank.
Yeah, we have returns here with the Tactical Visor. Manages to pick off 2. Both supports gone, so despite losing the tank pretty early on, there's potential for No Peel Gaming to cap. They have to get rid of this Ramatra, which they finally do, and now deal with the Bastion, who has no turret form. We'll see how long these staggers and stalls from Yuniverse are able to hold on. We're gonna have a beat for security, and it looks like No Peel Gaming will be able to cap with 1 minute remaining.
I think they really capped with 57 seconds there because Universe's time bank went up 3 seconds. But
Yeah.
I mean, again, I feel like that could have been a lot faster. We talked about it a little bit, like no peel, investing ultimates that were just not necessarily needed at their stage of the fight. We can go back to the amp matrix that was used on Street's face to get rid of a Mei and a Ramatra, and you really only got rid of the Mei because the Ramatra lived it. And then you see Baller there at the end use a Terra Surge that was already. That the fight was already lost for them. All 4 of their teammates were down. I don't see what value you're getting out of it unless you were going to swap, but they didn't swap to it. So right now, I mean, Yuniverse has all the advantage right now. A minute on the time bank, though, for no peel. We haven't necessarily seen a team actually stop either team on this first point. Yuniverse kind of held off no peel slightly longer, but now no peel coming out here with they're teasing us with a little bit of a different comp. Seeing a D.Va come out here for the first time, and I'm truly wondering, like, you want to use a D.Va to get into that backline, maybe get rid of CNC, because Play can pop that Immortality Field to keep themselves alive, Kigo can go into Ice Block, and Insane can just go into the Nemesis form to keep themselves alive here. So I'm really wondering what this D.Va is necessarily here to do. With a minute on the time bank, I still think you should stay with that Orisa, because you were able to cap the point pretty fast last time.
1.
Yeah, well, we'll see. You know, Kigo on this Mei pick has found a decent amount of success. It's going to be all about the walls here, as well as the Bastion forums. We're going to see instantly the wall gets bursted down despite sectioning off Cotton Baller here. So Cotton Baller able to stay nice and healthy, looking to push through Hotel. And as I say that, so opt back for Statue, we might see No Peel Gaming kind of get set up on the high ground here with your D.Va, with your Ashe. Looks like another push through Hotel. The nade doesn't quite connect, but the sleep dart does get Yoshi taking a nap here. The time's burning down though, and No Peel Gaming, they have to make something happen. They force out the Immortality Field and an enormous nade onto the Bastion and Ramatra. No follow-up quite there, but a lot of resources forced out, and that's going to be Insane falling. Yoshi falling shortly after. We'll see if we can find these staggers up onto the rest of the team, although Cotton Baller forced to use the D.Va bomb to remech. Timer ticking down into OT here, so should be No Peel Gaming capping this point out and finding stagger onto Plague Doc or Plague as well. But Blizzard? Question mark?
A lot of ultimates are built up there. I was surprised Combo got their ultimate so fast, but at the end of the day, I still feel like No Peel's in a good spot, but they get D-Mech. That's huge.
Wait, the Blizzard cost the mech, and, you know, despite all the odds, Yuniverse are able to hold here. The D.Va, I think, you know, Cotton Baller, I feel like we've seen throughout this match, you know, kind of doesn't respect the amount of damage that a lot of the heroes Yuniverse are putting out can do to you. So a very nice hold from Yuniverse, despite No Peel Gaming getting the initial advantage.
Yeah, and you gotta give, like you said, give Yuniverse a lot of credit there. It really all came down to that Mei, and I want to give a shout out to their CNC, because they left the fight there, leaving, I believe, only the Mei and that Baptiste there. I believe the Baptiste died, but CNC came back in to contest the point there around that 79.8% point that you see him stopped at now, and it allowed Kigo to build up that Blizzard and throw it on point. Like you said, the Blizzard was probably huge. It turned that entire round around. Even though you saw Insane and Yoshi coming back on the Ramatra and the Bastion, the Blizzard got rid of the mech, froze a couple people. Basically, it was a team wipe there. The only person that was alive for No Peel was Hothro. Could not get back to point in time. And I'm still questioning the D.Va pick here. Yeah, they were able to build a bomb in less than a minute on offense. Defense, though, I feel like you want to have something with a little bit, just a little bit more survivability. Yeah, the remech is there, so you can technically stay alive a little bit longer, but I just don't see, I don't see why you're coming back out with a D.Va again.
Yeah, I don't know about the staying power of the D.Va. I mean, the Mercy pick is interesting as well, you know, able to resurrect anybody who gets picked off super early to burn down the time. But Yuniverse, they're looking to get real smart with the TP onto high ground here and try and clear everybody off. The Immortality Field, though, is there for No Peel Gaming and able to keep people healthy. Meanwhile, though, you just see Kigo absolutely beam down Cotton Baller on the low ground. That's the mech gone for Yuniverse, or sorry, for No Peel Gaming, so Yuniverse are able to push this. They lose the Symmetra finally, but with the Baptiste gone, this is not looking good for No Peel Gaming.
No, it's not, especially with your Diva gone now too since Combo Falls. You do see 2 members there. The Resurrect gets canceled.
The Resurrect booped, and I think that's more or less it. I mean, yeah, Robo tries to touch, but no dice, so Yuniverse, take King's Row here and bring us to series 1-1.
Yeah, again, Kigo, huge play there on the Symmetric. Being able to get rid of Comballer and the mech there was probably the biggest point of that round there. And again, it just goes back to the question of why bring out the Diva there. If you're not going to fight on the high ground, try to eat a lot of that damage that the Baptiste, the Ramatra was coming out with, why are you on the low ground just fighting an individual Symmetra who, on their own, especially with the non-charged up beam, cannot necessarily do a lot of damage? Let them maybe get on point a little bit. Try to and maybe try to force Yuniverse to come down, fight on that point a little bit before, you try to 1v1 the sim there.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see any Diva shenanigans on our next map of Flashpoint here. We'll see what our losers of No Peel Gaming take us to. We will be heading into a short break. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's...
Welcome back, folks, to the Console Gaming League. I'm joined by the one and only Dex. We've got No Peel Gaming versus Yuniverse, 1-1 in the match here, as we're heading onto our third map of Saravasa. New Flashpoint game mode. What do you make of it?
I mean, personally, I'm still trying to get used to it. I'm not necessarily comfortable with it, so I don't like it that much yet. But, I mean, third map here... and hell, you gotta give Yuniverse a lot of credit here. This is only the third map that No Peel Gaming has dropped all season. Two of them have been to Yuniverse now. So they definitely do have their number. And so far, throughout this series here tonight, Yuniverse has looked really good. No Peel Gaming, on the other hand, has looked good at points, but you can go back to King's Row. Over-investing into some fights really hurt them. And it kind of, hindered them a lot. Like I said, hurt them to the point where they didn't end up losing the fights or end up losing the rounds, but it did really hurt them in the time bank, and that was the biggest thing there in overtime.
Yeah, and Flashpoint is a game mode where you have to be really smart about where you commit, right? The flashpoints, the progress takes up so incredibly fast that oftentimes if it's at like 80%, you don't even bother to touch. You just have to go next and, give it up. So we'll see how the teams play this. No Peel Gaming, once again, opting for the Diva composition that we saw a little bit on King's Row Universe, the Junk for Queen, which we've seen quite a lot on Flashpoint, at least certainly in my experience. Yoshi does get caught out by Cotton Baller here, so looking to see if No Peel Gaming can continue to follow up and find the kills. Plague falls shortly after, so No Peel Gaming now pushing on to point, and Yuniverse just disengage.
Yeah, that was one thing we saw Colin Baller bring out, especially in the overtime round, was this Diva. And they would like to be very aggressive with it, but they're smart with it. They don't overcommit themselves. They're able to find the first pick, led their team there to getting, a couple more picks after that, and now capping the first point here. Like you said, this percentage in Flashpoint goes up incredibly fast here. So Yuniverse wants to try to get another fight engagement here pretty quickly, because by the time it's over, it will probably already be above 60%.
Bit of an interesting rotation, looking to catch out Real Body, and they succeeded in that. Traded out of Yoshi, though. Plague falling a little low in ties to the skill orb. The aforementioned Moira skill orb, though, does fall as well. Kiko doing a lot of work on this Genji. might see a remech here from Cotton Baller looking to stall out this point. Unfortunately, not able to remech as Insane finds that pick. So, looking to just eliminate half Robo off of this point, but certainly last fight territory in terms of capture progress for No Peel Gaming.
Yeah, essentially they stall it out as long as they can. You immediately see Comballer get off the Diva. I thought they did pretty good on it, but they're going over to this Junker Queen instead. Probably a little bit better for Flashpoint, especially on Servasa here. But now you're seeing them come back in. They're about to have 4 ultimates ready to go. Yuniverse, though, is close to 2 more ultimates here, and Yoshi, if they can land a shot with the Railgun, will be able to get an overclock here pretty fast. But they're starting off with the Dragon Blade.
Curious to see if this Dry Blade is able to catch anybody. Gets one. Unfortunately, the Slash unable to confirm the second. It's okay, though, because you have Plague and Yoshi to pick up the slack. So more point progress taking up from Yuniverse. They cannot afford to get staggered here. Unfortunately, that's what happens to Nico on the Moira. So interested to see if No Peel Gaming, you know, they should be able to get a contest, but it's a scrappy one, and they're looking at a lot of ultimates from Yuniverse.
If you're No Peel here, maybe you're kind of giving up this first point, but you want to force Yuniverse here to use some ultimates here. You got to Kiko a lot credit with that Dragon Blade. They forced about 3-4 members of No Peel to kind of fall back away from the rest of their team. That led to Comballer falling here, but you see the Nano come out with a Visor, but it's immediately canceled out by 3 ultimates here from Yuniverse.
Yeah, the Nano Visor finally able to catch Yoshi and Plague, but, you know, the rest of it is just all red in the kill feed. Yuniverse able to secure this first flashpoint here off the back of the Rampage and support ultimates.
Yeah, but like I said, if you were No Peel, maybe you give up that first point there. Yeah, you invested 2 ultimates, but you basically invested every ultimate you had. Same thing for Yuniverse here, but they still have Yoshi's overclock here as they head to Palace at the moment, and it looks like Yuniverse will actually have the better positioning here as No Peel has to come to them, and this overclock from Yoshi might be able to kind of, you know, stagger No Peel from maybe committing too far into this point.
Yeah, we'll see when Yoshi decides to pop the overclock. No Peel Gaming looking to take this high ground and kind of take the angles surrounding. The kill onto Plague doesn't come through it, but instead it's Insane, Kigo, and Yoshi falling. They do get an exit kill for what it's worth onto Real Body, but, you know, the Brazilian DJ should be able to skate back pretty quickly.
Yeah, and you gotta give No Peel a lot of credit there. I kind of thought Yuniverse had that positioning on point, and it was gonna be very hard for No Peel to maybe engage into that, but they actually played it perfectly. You can see your Palace, basically the point is the lowest ground of it, and so No Peel kind of had that high ground advantage. Finding a couple kills out early kind of slowly snowballed into them here, but now you're finally seeing this overclock being invested here by Yoshi.
Railguns finally connect onto the Tracer of all people. I think a little unfortunate, might have just blinked into one. Looking to try and find a little more. The shot onto Lucio brings him extremely low. Cotton Baller falling as well. Kigo does go, so a large source of damage removed for Yuniverse. The Coalescence instantly canceled by CNC Dom. They still commit the sound barrier here, so looking to try and fight this out. The picks do come out for Yoshi, though, onto returns. Half Robro has to make something happen with this Pulse Bomb if they want to turn this around. I don't think they will, just try to commit the... Okay, they commit the Junker Queen Rampage, and the sound barrier is in response, but, you know, that was just gonna be last fight, and not a fight you can really win down numbers. Interesting.
Again, we started to see this a little bit on King's Row with No Peel maybe investing ultimates at points where they really didn't need to. Yeah, they got up to 99%, but now you only have a Pulse Bomb and a Death Blossom here. Yuniverse has a lot coming up here that can easily hold the point, but again, it's something where, you know, No Peel has kind of proved me wrong on Palace here before, being able to beat Yuniverse in a fight, but nah, it's gonna be basically dry unless Hothrow here is gonna try to stick it onto maybe CNC or Plague, but the Suzu is still a big thing that can kind of cancel that, but you're seeing the Kitsune Rush being invested here early. Combo, though, finding Yoshi is huge.
Yeah, despite the Kitsune Rush from Plague, it's No Peel Gaming, you know, especially with that Pulse Bomb onto CNC Dom, allowing No Peel Gaming to get in. You know, the Rampage finally comes out from Insane, does pick up returns. Everybody's antied and low, so despite how late it was in the fight, Insane putting Yuniverse on their back, finding 3 kills so far, trying to look for more, make it a 4th. Can they get a 5th? The Shout kind of chasing down, and the Flashpoint of Palace looking to go to Yuniverse off the back of Insane's gameplay.
Yeah, insane there with an insane rampage, but they basically caught out a lot of no-peel there without some of their abilities. Returns did not have Wraith. Nico did not have Fade. Real Body not able to kind of boost themselves out there, but they were going to die anyway from the anti-heal that they had there. Now the Deathballs are coming out here, able to find 2 off the start here. This is a great kind of start for no-peel, but they definitely need to get the point here first.
Yeah, they grab the 2 picks, kind of catch them during the rotation to our next flashpoint here. So really well played from no-peel, kind of heads up, wary that they're able to catch the enemy of Yuniverse here, and they're rewarded with it by the first capture.
Yeah, they get the first capture here, and CNC immediately able to find Cotton Baller there, and now Yuniverse, you do see him invest this overclock. They're able to find 1 off it, but you lose if you're no-peel, a healer and a tank at the moment.
Yeah, the overclock really helping folks, chunk down. So despite initially losing 2, it looks like Yuniverse are going to be able to flip this point of ruins here. And they're working with rampages on both sides and beats as well. So I think the question really comes down to, is Hathrovo able to find a pulse bomb here? Or can this coalescence be used to good effect, unlike the previous time, which unfortunately we saw it instantly get canceled, essentially.
I mean, we saw Hathrovo find the pulse bomb kill onto CNC last time. They're going to throw it in to get the stick, but not be able to get anything as the Suzu and the beat comes out.
I mean, the Suzu is instantly forced a really good ability usage to try and deny that pulse bomb, but that allows the Rampage to get so much damage in despite the beat from CNC Dom. So looks like we'll see another flip of our Ruins point here for no-peel gaming.
Yeah, no-peel needed this one here, because capping it right now, pretty much, if they lose a team fight, it allows them to get back maybe in time to try to contest it, because at this point now, they have to win these next 3 points to win this map. Yuniverse, all they have to do is just maybe win 1 team fight, and it's it here. And they're coming up on a couple ultimates. The Rampage from Insane was huge last time. And they do have a beat. No-peel has a beat to kind of cancel it out, but again, they're getting invested early before the Rampage comes up with the Yuniverse coming out here from Yuniverse.
Yeah, the beat only able to respond to one of the ultimates, kind of cancels out the Kitsune Rush, but the Suzu unable to cleanse Real Body and Cotton Baller against that Rampage. So see how the trades fall, how exactly the cookie crumbles. It looks like Yuniverse looking to find the picks here. A nice knife onto returns, but they're able to sustain here. So it looks like no-peel gaming are, keeping themselves alive here, and Suravasa returns here on the Reaper, putting out a lot of work, catching the staggers, but he gets 2 kills, looking for a third.
3?
Finds it. But, the respawns are just in favor of no-peel gaming, so the supports here are able to fend off Yoshi and keep themselves alive 2-1 here in Flashpoint.
And you have to really consider that if Yoshi's able to get it back there and contest that point. It was just the 2 supports. Yeah, the supports probably would have won, especially with the Moira there, but it was huge because you got rid of returns. You did have that Death Blossom ready to go there. But now they're heading to Temple right now, and Yuniverse does have this little bit of advantage now with it being closer to their side of the field and their spawns. But Combo are able to pick up a huge kill, and they have a Rampage ready.
Cotton Baller on this Junker Queen is just instantly picked up too, looking for a third onto this Kiriko. The Reaper should be joining shortly after, so very clean, dry fight from no-peel gaming. They're saying that we want to keep ourselves in this map of Suravasa. They want to bring it to a 5th flashpoint, instead of giving Yuniverse a 3-1 win.
Yeah, but no-peel didn't have to use any ultimates in this first fight here to cap the point, and you see him now coming up on 3, 4, and Real Body can get up to a 5th here. So they do have some ultimates. If they use them smartly and, rotate them, not using them all at once, they could easily, keep this point for a while now. Yuniverse only has 2 here, so Yuniverse going to play a lot from behind, but an early pickoff has been huge in the past. A B coming out, though, hits all 5 members.
Yeah, a beat and in response to the Rampage, where you're going to see the Death Blossom canceled out by the overclock, but the Visor as well. We talked about ultimate economy, but this is the diamond here, so that's 4 ultimates gone from no-peel gaming in response to only 2 from Yuniverse.
Yeah, and it's been something that I've been talking about since King's Row, the overuse of ultimates, and this ultimates being used at points where they did not need to be used for no-peel gaming. And that point right there, yeah, they used 4 ultimates. I don't think they needed to use all 4, maybe 2, maybe 3, but still hold on to one here. As the Rampage comes out, the Beat can come out here from Real Body and try to keep everyone alive.
Beat, though, unable to save the Moira, so No Peel Gaming lose their main sources of healing, and the Kitsune Rush is only gonna seal the death of the members of No Peel Gaming along with the Blizzard, as long as Yuniverse are able to finish this out. So they're gonna deny No Peel Gaming from securing this flashpoint just yet of Temple and looking to take up their own progress.
But now we can actually say Yuniverse maybe over-invested in some ultimates there. Kigo using that Blizzard there. Probably did not need to use it. It was pretty much already a done deal there, but they used it anyway, and now they are far away from any ultimates. CNC is the closest one here. Well, Comballer can get a Rampage here, and it can be huge, and there's really nothing that can stop him other than a Suzu. And if you're Nopio, you're watching for that Suzu to come out, especially if Comballer is able to get that Rampage up and running. You see it come out there, so if you're able to get a Rampage here in the next couple seconds, it's a all go ahead, but Comballer the first one to fall.
Yeah, you know, a little isolated by the wall. It did get broken down pretty quickly, but, you know, the disengage wasn't quite there. No kite from Cotton Baller to keep themselves up. You know, I think, like you said, you absolutely needed to play for the Rampage, but now you're looking at what could potentially be the last fight. It's do or die for No Peel Gaming here. You have to touch the point, and not only that, you have to win it. Otherwise, Surabasa goes to Yuniverse. We're gonna see No Peel Gaming start to approach the shout in to try and get the touch. Yuniverse respecting it and backing off, potentially willing to let the point flip because they know that if they play the long game, they can win this. Cotton Baller looking for the Rampage. The beat is out from Yuniverse. Unfortunately, Plague doesn't quite catch it, and the Rampage is enormous. It hits 3. Taint is able to clean everybody off with that, and so No Peel Gaming bring us to a match or map flashpoint, if you will, 2-2 here.
Yeah, I believe our last point should be Garden here, but honestly, that all came down to the first pick in that last fight. Finding Plague out meant there was no Suzu and no ability to even build up a Kitsune Rush there for Yuniverse right now. But, you know, no Peel. They're coming up into the next point here. 4 ultimates ready to go. Yuniverse going to have about 3 or 4 of their own as well here, so it's going to be a pretty even fight ultimate-wise. But again, it's going to come down to who can get a first pick here, because that has normally really helped the team out, especially if it comes on to one of the supports, and you're seeing the Coalescence and the Visor come out here from No Peel.
Yeah, Coalescence and Visor catches everybody, you know, brawling out in the open onto the point. So, you know, no deaths for No Peel Gaming here. They will secure the first capture, although they are now looking at essentially 4 ultimates from Yuniverse, and the Beat can only respond to one of them.
Beat, but you have Death Blossom ready here for returns, and that could be huge as well, because there's really nothing that can cancel out the Beat for Yuniverse, other than maybe the Maywall or the Suzu there from Plague. But again, Yuniverse has to kind of play this smart. It looks like they're going to try to come through this way right here. Actually, they're changing up, trying to go on the high ground approach, and you're immediately seeing the overclock come out here from Yoshi.
So we see the Beat and the Death Blossom come out. Enormous as returns catches 4. That's exactly what they needed when they were down in the ultimate economy. The perfect Death Blossom when there's no Beat available to respond from Yuniverse, and that's going to allow No Peel Gaming to keep taking up this percentage. Yuniverse are in do or die territory. This has to be good ultimate usage from them.
And do or die, it's due. You throw everything out here. The only problem with getting a 4-man Blossom there was Yuniverse did not use any of their own ultimates there to try to cancel them out. They did use the overclock, but immediately Yoshi swap over to the Tracer, but now you're seeing all of them come out, but Yoshi first one to die.
Blizzard is able to catch Cotton Baller, though, but there's no damage there to follow up. Just as I say that, completely deleted. So returns, I don't think we'll be seeing another hero play with the 4K Blossom here. Just kind of seeing if they can force out any ultimates. Plague picks up half Robro as well, so as long as Yuniverse are able to sustain, they should be able to flip out the point here.
And returns, especially here with Real Body, just trying to stall it out, wait for some of their teammates to get back. But at that point there, it was just 2 against 4. You try to get out of the fight while either running away or dying, so you can regroup with your team. But you did force out a couple ultimates. You forced out the Blizzard, you forced out the Kitsune Rush, but now Yuniverse is kind of coming up onto some of the other ultimates. You have the Beat, you have a Rampage of their own there, and Yoshi has been pretty good on the Tracer all night, been able to build up pulse bombs pretty quickly and found a lot of success with them now. No Peel, you're coming up on 2, 3, and especially if returns can build another Blossom, it could be deadly here.
could be an extremely enormous rampage, and that catches half Robro, real body, 1 HP as well. Nico falls, but Cotton Baller decides to commit the rampage. It gets the beat out in response from CNC, actually picks up 2 and returns, finds another. So CNC, No Peel Gaming looking to make it happen and secure out Suravasa, returns on this Reaper, doing so much work, and that's gonna be Suravasa for No Peel Gaming, bringing them to match point 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely great comeback there from No Peel Gaming, but it was the rampage there at the end for Combo that kind of secured it, and the rampage, honestly, for Insane that kind of put their team a little bit of a disadvantage. You have to really, talk about the fact that the rampage is one that will shoot you incredibly far forward. Yeah, they were able to find 2 kills off of it, but because they were so far away from their team, the rampage that came out from No Peel found a lot more value on point by getting rid of some key members, specifically the supports there for Yuniverse. And you have to give, like I said, No Peel Gaming a lot of credit. That was a comeback there, because after those first 2 points, the kind of mismanagement of ults and over-investing and maybe, using them at times that were not necessarily the best, kind of hurt them on those first 2 points. And while we did see maybe 1 or 2 times throughout those final 3 points, they kind of did get it in check there a little bit, and that was kind of the big turnaround that I was hoping that we would see from them there on Suravasa.
Yeah, I also really want to highlight returns on this Reaper, able to chunk out so much damage against the enemy composition, force out cooldowns, but really in the case of returns, quite frankly, just finding a lot of picks, both with the Death Blossom and in these kind of dry fights. We'll see if Yuniverse are able to try and pull it back on our next map type here of push, loser's pick. So curious to see where they are headed. What do you think, seeing what we've seen from No Peel Gaming with their Junker Queen composition on Flashpoint, what do you think works best for Yuniverse between, Colosseo, Esperanza, and New Queen Street?
I want to say it's probably Colosseo, mostly because we have seen them be very good with the Orisa comp still, and we've talked about it throughout the night. Yeah, Orisa got nerfed a little bit, but Yuniverse has done a really good job with it, and I feel like Colosseo kind of plays a lot into an Orisa, especially the comp that you'll run with it, that Bastion, and even the Soldier and the Mei, the Tracer that we've seen their other heroes, their other characters bring out. The other players bring out, they've done really well on it so far, and that's been one of the comps that No Peel has kind of struggled with shutting down. So I really do think Colosseo might be the right pick here. If not, then we'll probably see Esperanza. I still don't think we see New Queen Street. I just don't think a lot of teams like New Queen Street here.
Yeah, we do have our map pick from Yuniverse of Esperanza. So before we head into that shortly, again, what kind of compositions do you want to see in particular, especially from Yuniverse, who are on the back foot here at match point in this first to 3?
Like I said, bring back out that Orisa comp. That has been the comp that has worked for them the best so far tonight. We did see that Junker Queen comp on Suravasa there. It worked out really good for them as well for the first 2 points. But once they started getting down, it seemed like they really never were necessarily able to get it back. We did see a Ramatra come out for them on King's Row. That was really good as well. And we could see that here because, again, in playing around the bot, sometimes, especially with how far you can get forward with the Ramatra, the Annihilation and the Nemesis mode, you have a lot of maneuverability to kind of get yourself in and get yourself out of fights, just with the block ability, still, reducing some damage.
Yeah, it's interesting. Esperanza, a map where historically we've seen quite a wide diversity of compositions played because, you can kind of do a bit of everything. It's got some high grounds, but nothing super oppressive like a Hollywood or a Gibraltar. It's got some longer sight lines where you can kind of play these poke compositions, this Orisa, but also, good cover usage and smart rotations allows you to run brawl compositions as well. So, should be very fascinating to see how these teams work this out. Of course, Yuniverse have to pull something out if they want to take us to a map 5 and keep their hopes alive in this series.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're Yuniverse, you're still trying to maybe build yourselves back up from Suravasa because you were up 2-0. It was 9-9 to 9-9 on that 3rd point, and they had a great opportunity to win that 3rd point. They had ultimates in their bag that they could have used, but honestly, it all came down to losing Plague on that Kiriko first because we just saw so much pressure and ultimates come out from No Peel Gaming after that. It kind of turned the tides on that point, get them that first point on Flashpoint, and it kind of just all snowballed downhill there for Yuniverse on Suravasa. But now coming in here, we're not seeing the Orisa comp, actually. We're seeing a dive comp come out from Yuniverse, which, I mean, we have seen them play the Sombra in the past, found a little bit of success with it. Wouldn't necessarily say a lot, and I'm just kind of wondering if this is the right pick here.
I mean, it's interesting, the classic Sombra Tracer Monkey dive here, which we saw quite a lot of, earlier, but, with the new season and meta, things have kind of shifted away. We'll see if No Peel Gaming is able to secure out the match here, or if we're going to a map 5. Hanzo and Zenyatta, obviously, a lot of poke pressure and high damage to try and burn down this monkey. Nate doesn't quite connect, and like I said, the monkey just gets absolutely deleted. DPS of No Peel Gaming are a little low, but kept nice and healthy by the Baptiste here, so Yuniverse on the back foot a bit, probably looking to disengage, not stagger. Insane has also swapped over to the D.Va.
Yeah, we have seen what the Zenyatta for No Peel Gaming has done to Yuniverse in the past. It has basically melted Yuniverse down, and again, they're going to try to do the exact same thing, and now you see Yuniverse swap over to the other dive tank, but they are able to get rid of the Orisa for No Peel, which is huge for them, but they do lose their Brigitte right there, but you immediately see it traded back out into both supports there for No Peel.
Kigo just finds both, the entire enemy backline on this Sombra, and we're gonna see Nico, say, I'm a little tired of being bullied by this invisible hacker, swapping over to the nails here. Cotton Baller as well, find themselves overextended a bit on the Orisa, so playing the Junker Queen, something that can go brawl a little better.
Yeah, but, one thing that I want to just point out here, Yoshi has done great on this Tracer all night. I know I talked about a little bit on Servasa, but they've been able to get in that backline, really annoy the healers. And you see Kigo here, basically a good combo to Yoshi on this Tracer as they use the pulse, but not able to find anything there.
Yeah, half Robro though picks up CNC Dom, and I believe that's the mech, and Cotton Baller just deletes 2 other people. So No Peel Gaming looking to keep pushing, potentially get this checkpoint for those forward spawns. They are working into. It seems we were going to see a composition switch from Yuniverse, actually opting over for the Ramatra Brawl with the Lucio. So a checkpoint available for No Peel Gaming as well as DPS ultimates.
Yeah, and right now you're seeing Yoshi switch, but Kigo has his EMP ready. Gonna probably use it, then swap after they either use it or die here at this point, because the Sombra has not found a lot of value outside, again, those 2 kills onto the support line for No Peel Gaming, but now returns in a bad spot. They're trying to run their way out of this here, and now they're actually gonna take themselves out.
I mean, the Sombra just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Insane catching 2 people with the Nemesis form, the Fists of Fury as well. So Yuniverse able to stabilize, and it didn't cost them their EMP either. Good look for them so far, as we see Robo also switch to the Ashe.
Yeah, I mean, the Hanzo not really getting a lot of value out of it, especially with the tanks that they were playing outside of the Winston, honestly. And maybe the D.Va a little bit. Once they got over to this Ramatra, get off the Hanzo a little bit, go over to the Ashe instead. They have been on fire with their dynamites. Ooh.
Turns a little caught out, isolated without the team, and half Robo falls shortly after. So look, No Peel Gaming, they want to commit this despite being down 3 at this point. They just have the Coalescence and the Rampage here. Interesting situation as we see Kigo does take off the Moira. Cotton Baller following as well, so that's going to be Yuniverse continue to keep pushing. Again, we've talked about it time and time again, a bit of an overcommitment in the ultimates for No Peel Gaming.
And you're seeing one reason why maybe they use that ultimate there from Cotton Baller going over to the Orisa now as Kigo in the... Why was Nico up there able to find them out there? But Cotton Baller using the Rampage are probably to swap over to the Orisa. Nico maybe swapping over as well, but they're not gonna, as you see Yuniverse here get the first point, and look at them right now. They have 4 ultimates. They could fight and just continue pushing this cart for forever here if they really wanted to.
No ultimates required. It's just insane going off with this Ramatra, punching people out. A real Mike Tyson here, if you will. The bot is butt scratching, but they're shortly gonna catch up to the nice lead that No Peel Gaming has of 69 meters, and they have 5 ultimates to work with. No Peel Gaming only have the tactical visor and maybe the Bob if half Robo can hit a good dynamite.
but still no EMP, and Kigo has been holding on to this for a while here, and like I said, they're probably going to use it and then swap. They have found some success with it since I said that the last time, but again, they're probably going to use it and swap here, but this is something that has happened a couple times here. Yuniverse has had ultimate, had a bunch of ultimates. Nopeel has had only one or two, but Nopeel's able to win team fights without using any here, and we're going to probably see a point spawn reset here as Kigo in the backline able to take care of Hoth.
Yeah, so Nopeel Gaming, you know, keeping themselves very much alive in this match with that no ultimate fight win here. Yuniverse does have the lead, and of course lots of ultimates to work with, but now Nopeel Gaming have built up their own. Still 4 minutes and a half to go, and potentially a checkpoint here for Nopeel Gaming, so it's anybody's match. See a half robo fall to Kigo, returns though, responds with the tactical visor, does pick up CNC Dom, looking for a little more, hits the Helix rocket onto Yoshi, looking to try and force that ice block if it hasn't been already, but an EMP from Kigo doesn't quite find too much value. Instead, it's going to be the Terra Surge from Cotton Baller, finding the picks here onto Black. Yoshi falls as well, looking to clean him up. Insane, but Kigo, you know, without the EMP, it's actually in the dry neutral, finds a couple of exit kills. Yoshi's Blizzard not quite capitalizing on anybody else, however.
Yeah, and Kigo's EMP there.
Okay.
Kigo's EMP there. I don't know if that was the right move because they only went after returns there. Yeah, they got returns, but they did not confirm the kill onto returns. They got 2 kills after it, as you see them die there. And at this point, if I'm Yuniverse, I'm kind of hoping that we get off this Sombra here, go over to something else.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about potentially swapping after the EMP, but the EMP came and gone, and they're still on the Sombra, which doesn't synergize too well with the rest of the, you know, traditional Ram Brawl composition. Nopeel Gaming now pushing further and further, and as time ticks down, that advantage becomes even bigger. They have support ultimates to work with as well, although Yuniverse really looking to get something with this Annihilation. We see the Ramatra, though, just getting cyber-bullied by the Sarissa, able to sustain, finally does fall, but that not before taking out both of the DPS of Yuniverse, the Amplification Matrix as well. Bit of a security measure, cleans up the rest of Nopeel Gaming here.
If you're Nopeel, though, you feel perfectly fine about losing that team fight. Yeah, you would love to win it, keep pushing the bot, but you now gave yourself a little bit of a cushion, about a 30-meter lead, and you forced out that Annihilation. And now you're really only going to be worrying about a beat here coming up. Kigo and Yoshi can build up their ultimates pretty fast as well, but, you know, you pretty much have about a 1 team fight, you know, gap here to kind of not have to worry about any deadly ultimates, just ultimates that can sustain from Yuniverse right now. But again, if Nopeel can find an early pick, we've seen what they've been able to do when they are up a player.
Bastion on the flank, dealt by returns in the 1v1. The Amplification Matrix available for Nopeel as well. Doesn't quite find anybody, as we've seen Yuniverse rotate around, but the cooldowns are forced, and with that Terra Surge, that should be a lot of kills confirmed. The staggers here should be coming very shortly, so Nopeel Gaming are able to deny Yuniverse from pushing too far, and really in the driver's seat here currently on Esperanza.
And again, like I said, Nopeel, whenever they're able to find an early pick, it really does help them out there. And the flanking Bastion, probably not the smartest thing to do there if you're Yuniverse, especially Kigo. You back up, regroup with your team, because you did see Insane coming up there. Now, basically, Nopeel has pushed the spot all the way back to about where, you know, they pushed it before. Now you're seeing the Blizzard come out, and you're just going to see them roll through it in this fight. But the Visor also coming out from the turns in the backline, not going to find anything.
Yeah, it's a bit of a really long flank from this Visor, a bit too little, too late, and also staggering themselves without dying on card. Not a great look if you're Nopeel Gaming. You know, the Blizzard from Yoshi, quite effective, catches quite a few. So, Yuniverse still looking to keep themselves alive in this match, bring us to a potential map 5. They have the support ultimates to work with. Nopeel Gaming have swapped over to Diana and have the Nano Boost.
As you see the artillery come out here from Yuniverse, they're trying to get rid of this Ash here. Not going to be able to. It's actually Cotton Baller taking care of Kigo while they're in the artillery, while they're using their ult.
Yeah, kind of did it out in the open, so Cotton Baller able to punish that. Oh, the headshot through the Amplification Matrix, just one taps the Baptiste. You're going to see the Bob out from Nopeel Gaming and the Sound Barrier in response to that. It's a scrappy fight here, but we will see Yuniverse find the picks, and should be in their favor as they look to try and push here as we head into what should be overtime.
Yeah, and you're looking at this right now. You have that Annihilation ready here for Yuniverse. No Peel's going to have a Terror Surge and an Amplification Matrix of their own. Really, I don't see anything else being built up here. Yoshi, if they land a couple dinks or right clicks on the head there, maybe they get a Blizzard. But if you're Yuniverse, your Annihilation needs to be huge. It needs to be fight winning, needs to be map winning here. As you see, Conballer getting incredibly aggressive. But that's because the Orisa still has a lot of survivability here, being very close.
The Annihilation comes out, it's do or die, but a beautiful anti-nade from Real Buddy cleans it all up. No Peel Gaming, you know, a celebration, Terra Surge onto Yoshi, a bit of a tactical crouching as well, and No Peel Gaming will be your winners of this match, moving up in the bracket for our mid-season tournament.
Yeah, and honestly, a good series here from both these teams. Honestly, you have to say that Yuniverse put on a hell of a performance. No Peel Gaming, though, was able to overcome them on 3 maps. But when we go back and look at this match series, every map was close. Yuniverse could have taken the first map, could have taken this. They did take the second map. They could have easily won Servasa, which is something that we kind of touched on. They had 3 points to take that one, but never could necessarily put enough fights together to win it here. And especially here in Esperanza, I mean, they looked very dominant at times, but then it seemed like once we saw No Peel go back to that Orisa comp, it kind of shut down anything that Yuniverse was trying to do.
Yeah, you know, obviously you have to respect the good fight that Yuniverse were able to put out here. We're gonna take a look at, you know, just the quick map stats, little overview of our match today. So, you know, Yuniverse able to secure that King's Row, but otherwise, No Peel Gaming often on the back foot, right? Oasis, we saw them lose that first point. Siravasa, they were in dire straits of getting 3-0'd, but, you know, they're able to pull it back, and you really have to respect that mental fortitude. So important in Overwatch, where, you know, anything could happen, and comebacks and reverse sweeps are omnipresent. So, No Peel Gaming will be moving up into our bracket for this mid-season tournament. Unfortunately, in the single elimination format, Yuniverse is knocked out.
Yeah, and you know, there's probably more things I could talk about No Peel Gaming, about having like some bad plays and some, you know, necessarily not looking the best here, but they come out on top. It's because somehow, even through, you know, maybe the overuses of ultimates and using ultimates at bad time, they are still able to win maps. And the only one that they lost, King's Row, was probably the worst they looked all night, with over-investing ultimates and using ultimates just when the team fight was already won. And you can go back, and the one I'm going to point out would be that amplification matrix they used to literally only kill one person when everyone else on Yuniverse was dead. So it's just something where, you know, they're investing ultimates. It didn't hurt them at the time, but it did hurt them in the time bank here. But there's a lot that they can take from this and try to improve on. Yuniverse, I mean, there's probably a lot that they can take from this series as well and try to improve on. This is the second time they've gone up against No Peel. They took a map off them. They took one map off them both times. And when you look at No Peel's match history so far in this season of CGL, they've only lost 3 maps. 2 of them have been to this Yuniverse team, and honestly, tonight it probably should have at least been one more, because in my opinion, Yuniverse should have won Servasa.
Yeah, you know, ultimately, you know, all things said and done, right? This is just the stage 1 playoffs, or a mid-season tournament, however you want to call it. So No Peel Gaming will be fighting the winner of Utopia versus Elk. That will be our grand finals for the Diamond tier. You know, kind of fighting for those postseason implications. You want to have as many advantages as you can going in. But other than that, I believe that should be pretty much all for me and Dex today. Shout out to our production. You know, we're the voices you hear, but everything you see on the screen is courtesy of the folks behind the scenes. We had Rhino producing for us today, and Mark and Zeuser observing. I believe, you know, in terms of upcoming matches, you know, it is self-scheduled by the teams, you know, so which matches are streamed kind of depends on who's available at what time. You know, heading into tomorrow, I believe we should have a couple matches if you give me a second to look. White Boy Primal versus MMEX quite the mouthful, should be happening tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be casting that, potentially joined by Dex. We'll have to see. We've got some other games as well at, if I can do my math, 9 and 9:30 Eastern. We've got Bald Skunk and Big Sam Bebe on Lunaris versus Strawberry for the NA Console Open tier, and we've got To Try Hard Ray and Joker's Ransom casting Team Big Dog and Red Team also in the NA Console Open.
Yeah. So a lot more action to come here from CGL tomorrow, and I believe also probably through the weekend. So make sure you guys follow both CGL's main channel and CGL2, as well as 3, because you never know when CGL3 might be used here. But Boom, I'm going to let you take us out, man.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for casting with me, Dex. Thanks for the production once again. Hope you all enjoyed the match, enjoyed the cast, and have a good night, everybody. Take care.
Memories.